Studies show that 82% of adults will experience the feeling of regret occasionally throughout their adulthood. This was something I experienced a lot throughout my high school experience. I was always a fairly good student, but I had a hard time committing to the decisions I would make. I was never sure who I was, where I fit in. My hair was every color of the rainbow at any given time. So if that tells you about my commitment issues, I don't know what else would. I decided I needed to learn how to commit to decision making. I want to share the story about what decision changed my life forever. To provide some context, as I said, I was a really good student in high school. I didn't really do anything crazy. I always studied, got good grades. I didn't go out to parties. I didn't have your quote unquote high school experience. But I really wanted to. I just was never able to make those choices. Not because my parents wouldn't let me. I wouldn't let myself try those things. So, for my 18th birthday and graduation, I wanted to celebrate in a really big way and do something crazy and maybe a little out of character. So I proposed the idea to my parents that they let me go skydiving. And I know that seems like a pretty far jump, but the idea was always really interesting, and I wanted to challenge myself to do something that was hard and scary and something I would have to commit to. So I was shocked when they said yes. That morning was spring break. We drove up to Eloy, Arizona to go to Skydive, Arizona. And I got ready to do my jump. I signed my paperwork, which basically is me signing my life away, and all liability does not fall on them. I watched a video about how you might die, but it's okay because it's going to be so much fun and it'll be totally worth it if you do. And I put my suit on and I said goodbye to my parents. I hugged them and kissed them. And in the back of my head, I was like, I might never see you again. But I committed. I signed the paperwork. So, went up into the plane. And when they shut the door, I was scared. The plane was old, made a lot of noises. It looked rusty, and flying up, it was so shaky and turbulent, unlike anything I've ever felt before. My heart was racing. I was sweating. But it was too late to really change my mind because at this point my pride was involved. Eventually, the door opened back up, but this time we were thousands of feet in the sky. And my instructor said, "This is it. Are you ready?" And I lied and I said, "Yes, I'm ready. I can't wait." So we walked up to the door. He said, "Put your hands on your straps, look straight up, and I'll count down." And he counted down 3, 2, 1, and I was falling. And it was the most horrifying experience of my life. But I did it. And that experience was amazing. I had felt things I've never felt before. I felt so alive and free. I went from being a high schooler worried about getting an A+ on my next test and making it to graduation to being an 18-year-old adult free falling from a plane, seeing all of what life has to offer for the rest of my life. And when I got back to the ground, I saw my parents again and everything was okay. And I learned that it is okay to commit. Whether you appreciate your decision, whether you regret your decision, you're not going to regret the fact that you made a decision. So from that point on, I made a vow to myself, when you commit to things, commit as if you have no other choice and as if you are free falling from a plane thousands of feet in the sky. Thank you.